Okay, we're going to give you a recap on the Weekend on the Edge event. This is an annual event hosted by Edge Products up in Ogden, Utah. It's about a 4-hour drive north of here, and we took a few trucks up there. Josh is a winner, and I'm kind of a winner. I got first loser in one of the classes, and so we're the only two that got paid, so we're the only two that are going to be in this video. All right, so what we're talking about today is Weekend on the Edge. It was a dyno event up in Ogden, Utah, which is about 3.5, 4-hour drive from here. Hosted by Edge Products. Every year they've done it for as long as I can remember, 15, 20 years. The track closed, so there's no longer a drag race portion. It's just a dyno event and a sled pull. And we went up, and Josh and I are the only ones in this video because we're the only winners at Power Driven Diesel.
Good job from McCormick all the way up. He is ready to pull. Joshua McCormick driving 6.3.
So I took the junker, and I had compound turbos on there, and I was like, I don't want to go up there and do 10 more horsepower. To me, it was like stupid to get more of the same number. So I decided I wanted my best chance of winning, so I went there with a small single, which is limited to 70 millimeter. Now, we didn't have any class-specific 70 millimeter turbos on the shelf, but we did have a 369 SXE, and we had a used 1.0 housing. Now, I wanted the 90 housing, but I wasn't willing to turn a new 90 housing into a used one, which devalues it. So I grabbed a used 1.0 housing and put it on there. No dyno testing, one little street drive, because it is a street truck. We took it for a little lap. It's registered and insured, okay?
It is.
And we took it for a little rip, and it was down on power, but it felt pretty good. I thought it was making about 800 horsepower was my guess. I towed my street truck up there. Josh drove his street truck up there, and then Meyer drove up.
Yep, and then Dustin
took the mud truck up there as well.
Yeah.
And the mud truck
had a hole. Was that the hole in the cylinder head? No.
No, they'd fixed that. It must have cracked again or something. I don't know. It's gurgling out the radiator. Like, it's definitely got a crack in the head, the new one or something. I don't know.
So he ran it dry like a man which I'm very proud of.
So he ran it dry. I think he did he did a personal best too,
Yeah,
like 850.
54 for some reason.
854.
Sticking out in my head.
Somewhere in the 850s, you know, and it went fine. And then my truck ended up doing 780, and I was the last one in my class, and right before me a common rail threw down like 811 with a custom stud pulling, but it was a whole set, and it was built by our good friend at
Fenley
Performance or whatever he calls it.
Fenley Induction
12 valve
Services.
problems. He's
Yeah.
one of our original biggest haters. I think he still hates us a little bit, but he's toned it down. So now he's a friend of the family, so to speak. Yeah. But his turbo did beat my box 369 on a common rail.
Yeah. Sled pulling common rail truck too.
A sled pulling common rail truck, but he did win a little bit. I think it was like 30 horse, 31 horse. So. Yeah. Then you got on the dyno, and you've never broken 1,000 at any of these dyno events,
Never.
fuel only.
Nope.
And what did you throw down?
Finally got that 1014 number.
1,014 with a single
476 87 with a 1.1 T4 on it. And we were pretty excited, and then due to Sean Baca breaking, or his cylinder head dropped a valve or whatever, the unlimited class had a pretty big void. So we tried that one, and on a heat-soaked pull, we did 1180 or 1196.
So a little less on the spray, but it wasn't a cold run after your truck had cooled off.
Yeah,
but you only needed what, 11?
I needed 1120, and we had 5 minutes to cool off on top of the dyno. So we grabbed an extra bottle and just soaked the intercooler.
Ghetto fogged it a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we got some footage of that. So ghetto fogged the intercooler.
Yep.
You threw that down. We were right there at the very end of the event, and so I ended up second place in that. Josh won the unlimited class and won.
No, I came in second place on the unlimited class and first place.
Oh, because there was somebody with the big number.
Yeah.
So you did that to try to get paid, but okay, gotcha.
And then I left before you guys even had finished because I had to go get teched in for sled pulling, and of course we got there. I had to run from my truck to Weekend on the Edge's booth to get us signed up so they would let us, because the cutoff was at 3. We pulled up at 2:50, right?
Yeah,
2:50, and then
we had 10 minutes to spare. It was definitely a big stress, but we made it. Everybody got there safely, even U-Haul.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hopefully Eric puts in some of that footage, but yeah, you can fit a single cab long bed truck on a U-Haul auto carrier.
Like almost 3/4 of the rear tire is on it.
So
there's a little rubber hanging off the back, but not where it touches the trailer, so that doesn't count, that part of the tire.
And I mean, we put red flags on it because it was over 3 feet, so we wanted to be safe.
And then we put extra tie downs because their tie down straps wouldn't wrap clear over stock tires.
Nope, they definitely were not meant for
and
that.
And then after we got up there, Dustin decided to buy a trailer because it was so sketchy.
And then the street truck towed the U-Haul trailer back.
Which was empty, so it was
still,
about a 1,000-pound trailer.
Hey, it counts.
It might be 1,500, 1,600. I don't know how heavy they are. But the real reason he ditched it is it was fine, but the surge brakes were broke on it. We didn't know. Yeah. And Dustin felt like the trailer was about to kill him because there wasn't any brakes on it. And you know how second-gen Dodges are. Their brakes suck. So can you imagine towing another diesel behind you without working brakes on a trailer? It was sketchy. But anyway, that all went well. So sled pull. So you got teched in. How light were you? So 80. You could weigh up to 10,000, but you lost hitch height. The most you could have at full hitch height was
8,500.
8,500. And what did you weigh?
I weighed 7,200.
7,200. Were you the lightest truck in the class?
I was the lightest truck in the class by about 300 pounds, and then I came in fourth. I pulled 270. Which we might have we should have probably grabbed third, but we stayed in second because it was just eating great, and I thought we had it in the bag. We got beat by.
I told him to go in a third, but he didn't listen. But of course, I wasn't willing to push him home if it broke on that third gear shift at full power either.
Because we still had a standard billet
output shaft,
So,
not a fatty.
yeah.
Which really the sled pulling's hard on stuff.
Yeah, so we were a little worried about that, and I drove it there, and now I knew I had to tow Dustin's trailer home, so I wanted to play it safe. But we did put the new tires on, and it was a good event. I was happy with a 4th place finish, especially because this class wouldn't let us run nitrous. And I mean, realistically, every dyno sheet this year, I pick up anywhere from 150 to 250 horsepower on spray, which is a pretty substantial horsepower gain.
I think Randy won the unlimited
At
class.
278.
Beat you by 8 feet. But
Yeah.
his
And Randy-
truck's rowdy. I mean, that's dually. It's got a lot of rubber on the ground, a lot of power.
Yeah.
That big GT55. I mean, he's out there pulling with some pretty rowdy trucks, power wise, and
Yeah,
did
and
really well.
he was at 8,400 pounds, I think. So
he's up there in the weight pretty good too.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're gonna try and put a weight box, hang some weight on that truck. We also upped the output shaft, went through the transfer case, and now I'm not afraid to let it eat.
Go.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes. This event was a really fun event, very family friendly. If you're on the edge next year, you should probably go to Weekend on the Edge. There was a lot of stuff to do there, and it was very clean. I thought good event. Although Will came in second, he's still probably number 1 in your guys' hearts because he is still on the Mechanical Mafia, and I have gone to the dark side. And hopefully this winter we get our trucks ready. Yours is
stay
hurt now.
tuned. I tried to put a 476 single on my truck because I wanted to be like Josh, and either my head gasket blew up or it seized. All I know is it cranks really slow.
Yeah.
So it's either hydrolocked or something. We did something to it. But don't worry. That means I had the opportunity to use my owner deep pockets, as Josh always says, and put like $500 into my truck and turn it into a 6.7, and then I will dominate you on the dyno.
Well,
You're
we
gonna
also
get
got
spanked.
some help from Hamilton on my truck too. We're gonna try out their high test block. We're gonna
The
put
high
some-
tensile strength block's going
Yep.
to go on there, so he's got some upgrades coming. You going to do some rod upgrades too?
I don't know. Everybody seems really, really pleased with the 12 valve rods. I'll be honest. I never thought that the engine would survive as long as it did, with how hard it gets driven, how much nitrous gets thrown at it. But they're still. I mean, I guess 12 valves are still pretty strong.
It's because there's 12 valve parts is why you're winning.
Basically-
The moment you get out of 12 valve parts, you're going to quit winning and being dominant on the
But we
dyno.
are gonna put a set of Krills in there, and we're gonna do some head upgrades. And then Todd finally.
Don't give away all the secrets, all right? Just like, subscribe, and tune in.
All right.